Hiya, and welcome back to After Class, the game that teaches us that every single character... hang on. About to do the thing. Hiya, and welcome back to After Class, the game that teaches us that in every single visual novel in existence, at least one character will suffer from booba. Every single one. Not much happened last stream. We're on Mr. Parker's route now. That's all I can think of. So let's get started. That was really something. What just happened? Nothing to worry about. Liz just likes to tease people like that. Alright. Anyway, you're eating something. I'm gonna grab something to eat. Ah, sure. You could hear that he was looking forward to lunch from the way he walked eagerly to get something to eat. You thought it was cute as you followed him from behind. Ah, that was great. He patted his belly and sighed happily. Yeah, food was great today. So, yeah? Are you going somewhere after this? No, I'll probably go home after this. You don't have another class? Is my window closed? Because it's cool. No, my window's closed. You don't have another class? Yeah, no, I don't know. Probably not. Ah, okay. Both of you sat in silence. Neither of you could think of anything to say until Mr. Parker decided to ask you something. It's still early. Do you want to head out somewhere? Oh? I thought you have a class to teach after this. I don't, actually. At least not today. Which one? God, this chair's uncomfortable. Oh, where are we going, though? I don't know. The park, probably? Yeah, why not? Neat. Let's go. Why not hang out with our teacher? This is giving me extracurricular activities vibes. The air surrounding the park felt fresh, the trees swayed with the gentle breeze of spring air, and most importantly, it wasn't crowded at all. It's really nice in here, isn't it? Yeah. So, what are we doing here? We just walk. Let's go. Walk? After eating? What's wrong with it? It's good for you. Okay. Just like Mr. Parker suggested, you strolled around the park with him. For someone his size, he sure walked a bit faster than you thought he would be. You weren't the most active person to begin with, so you had to pick up the pace, or else you would be falling behind. While you were catching up, you couldn't help but snatch a few glares of his whole figure from the back. Since you didn't have many chances to see him from behind, you took the time to enjoy the view. One thing that caught your attention was his tail. You weren't able to see his tail while talking to him because it was stubby and real cute looking. Just a ball of fluff swaying left and right in a constant rhythm. You were tempted to touch his tail. Before you actually did, you quickly snapped yourself out of it. What am I thinking? Mr. Parker looked back to check up on you, and he noticed that you were looking distracted, and maybe also flustered. Something wrong, Walter? Nothing. Are you sure? Your face looks a bit flustered. Should we take a break? I'm fine, really. Let's keep walking. If you say so, tell me when you need a break. Yeah, I will. Once you sorted out your moral dilemma, you decided to walk again. It was interrupted once again because you saw something, or someone that grabbed your attention. Wait, isn't that Lars? From the distance, you saw Lars doing something. Was he picking up the trash? What is it? Yeah, that's my friend over there. You pointed him to where Lars was, and he squinted his eyes to look at him. Well, if you want to see him, go ahead. I'll wait here. Which one? Fucking Lars. Just fucking Lars. Okay. Maybe later. He looks busy right now. Okay. You walked around the park some more with Mr. Parker. Let's take a break. He wiped his sweat as he sat on the ground. There was a bench nearby, but he decided to sit on the ground for some reason. Wait, do bears have sweat glands? They do not have sweat glands, but how do they not overheat? Ah, through their paws. They, like, do the dog thing, but with their feet, or something. I thought we were just going to stroll around the park, but we ended up doing some cardio. I just enjoy doing something at the park. It keeps me occupied. Occupied? Yeah, like, distract me from thinking about certain things whenever I have too much free time. I don't know, dogs are mammals and they don't have sweat glands. Like, they like, cool themselves down by, like, inhaling with their tongue out. And bears don't have sweat glands either. They just, like, I guess release their heat through their paws. I don't know. Plus, someone told me that I could use a lot more walking. I see. What about you? Huh? What about me? What do you do in your free time? Oh. Gee, thanks for calling me out. Thanks, Mr. Parker. Thanks for calling me the fuck out. Which one? Dogs have sweat glands on their paws? Do they? Huh. So dogs do have sweat glands. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm gonna be honest here about what I do in my free time. Just napping. I get so tired most of the time, so I enjoy napping. Are you sure you're not a cat? I'm not a cat. Although I haven't been taking naps since I left for Highwell. Okay. He sighed and looked up at the sky. Do you ever feel lonely when you look at the sky? No. Do you? Sometimes. It's just like the sun. There are billions of stars out there, but our solar system only has one star. I don't really think of that, but it kind of makes sense. Also a little bit poetic. Ah. The only star, huh? You looked up and closed your eyes to think about what Mr. Parker said. Is that the sound of our eyeballs burning? As you stared at the nothingness, you felt a soft breeze accompanied with a faint familiar scent. That's the smell. I remember it. It's so familiar. Ah, the same one as yesterday? You opened your eyes and turned your head to look at Mr. Parker. He looked like he was enjoying the wind. His hair was moving to and fro from the slight breeze. He noticed that you were looking at him, and he turned his eyes toward the distant trees. You could have sworn you'd seen him blushing. You didn't want to make him more uncomfortable, so you closed your eyes once again, enjoying the fresh air while letting your mind wander around. Yesterday was embarrassing. I can't believe I slept on him like that. It was raining and I was sleepy. I just couldn't help it. But it was all good. I got to feel how soft he was. Not to mention he let me his sweatshirt. I remember now! You shouted out loud because you remembered that you forgot to return his sweatshirt, and Mr. Parker was dazed by it. What? You remember what? He looked worried. His amber-colored eyes were staring at you intensely. Sorry, Mr. Parker. I forgot that I need to return your sweatshirt. Oh. Oh. I thought it was something serious. But it is. It's not. Don't worry about it. You can return it whenever you want. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. That being said, do you want to go home now? Yeah, I kind of want to take a shower. Me too. I did sweat a little bit while walking. I'm ready to go home and be lazy. Sounds good to me. Let's go back home then. You lost your footing as you stood up, causing you to trip. How clumsy. We're just barely 10 minutes in. Barely 10 minutes in. barely 10 minutes in. And we're already basic. He quickly reached out to catch you, but all he managed to do was providing a soft landing for you. You lay on the ground, He lays on the ground, clutching on you tightly as if his life depended on it. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Okay. This all right here is something that we bring out every single time Walter is basic. Neither of you said anything, but it was apparent that your heart would burst if it could. You wondered if it was the same for him. You felt your groin pressed against his, and the realization made you flinch, so you tried to break free from his embrace no matter the cost. It didn't work, of course. In fact, all that unnecessary squirming made the situation worse. Crap, I'm getting hard. Sorry about that. He didn't realize that he was hugging you until you squirmed around. When he did, he let go of you as fast as he could. You stood up, pretending that didn't happen. You were under the impression that he did the same. Let's go home. He nodded, and both of you decided to go home. And we're back to default. After the incident at the park, neither of you said anything on your way home. Until Mr. Parker decided to break the silence, that is. Walter. Yes? You okay? Yes. Are you sure you've been quiet since... Yes, I'm sure. Okay. About earlier. I'm sorry. Huh? What do you mean? When I tried to get up... His face reddened and his movements stiffed for a split second. It's okay, it was an accident. Anyway, you're going to attend my class tomorrow, aren't you? Yes, what about it? Speaking of my class, I've been wondering, did you have any trouble with my class yesterday? I don't think so. Why did you ask? I'm just curious, that's all. He stood there looking down. Am I boring? I don't think so. Why do you ask? Just curious, that's all. Okay. He just repeated the same sentences. I have a feeling that my class is too boring. Huh? Well, it wasn't not boring. At least that's what I think about your class. He looked at you with changing expression. It looked like he was feeling better than before. Didn't you manage to get some engagement with the other students yesterday? Some of them were busy taking notes. I think they found it intriguing. I can't say the same for Mark, though. Mark, I don't put that much faith into him. You tell me about it. It doesn't take much to know that he didn't enjoy going to school. You're right. Thanks, Walter. No problem. And here we are. Seems like it. Thanks for walking home with me, Mr. Parker. It's my pleasure. Well, I'm going home now. Alright, be safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow in class. He smiled at you shortly before he walked away. You went inside, ready to take it easy for the rest of the day. What the fuck does his roommate do? Finally home. Hold on. Realized that you should have asked for his address so you could return his sweatshirt later on. You ran outside looking for him. Thankfully, he was getting something to drink from that vending machine. Wasn't that vending machine broken 4 days ago? Someone must have fixed it. It was Lars. I bet it was Lars. Mr. Parker, wait! Huh? Walter, what is it? You pulled H-Maps out, an app specifically made for Highwell, which you downloaded when you first moved in. Would you mind telling me your address? Oh, sure. I don't mind, but why do you need it? So I can visit you sometime. Is that not okay? I mean, feel free to visit me anytime. Great. We're neighbors after all. Might be easier for me to ask you anything related to your class, too. That's cheating. No, it's not. Anyway, here. He pointed on the screen where his house, apartment, whatever it was supposed to be. If it really was a few blocks away, it is what's supposed to be. It was really a few blocks away, probably within a 3 minutes walk or so. Anything else you need to know? No, thank you, Mr. Parker. Have a great evening. You too, Walter. Now, I should head in and take a shower. Home sweet home. For real this time. You put your bag onto the floor and threw yourself down on the sofa. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. But shower first. You snagged your bag and headed to your room. Hiya. After putting your bag on the bed, you grabbed the towel and headed to the bathroom. Today was even more embarrassing than yesterday. I can't believe that happened. I was that close with him. Not to mention I got a hard on. I hope he didn't notice that. You shook your head. I need to get out of my head. Let's just clean myself. You spent some time in the shower, focusing on rinsing yourself rather than letting your mind wander off to places it shouldn't be at. Deciding that you had enough, you turned off the shower and got out of it. You put your laundry inside the washing machine and headed back to your room. Alright, I need clothes. You opened the dresser where your clothes were folded neatly inside. While you were looking for something to wear, you noticed a certain sweatshirt that didn't belong to you. It was Mr. Parker's sweatshirt, and you put it on your bed. You put on whatever you could find in your dresser. Alright, time to return Mr. Parker's sweatshirt. He told me not to visit him at night, but it's still afternoon, so it should be fine. You moved everything inside your bag onto the bed and put the sweatshirt inside it. Alright, let's check the map and we'll go to his place. Oh no, bro. Oh no. What's up with his roommate? It should be around here. This building. This should be it. You rang the doorbell, expecting someone to open the door for you. No answer. You rang the bell again. Coming. A woman's voice? Did I go to the wrong address? Miss Liz? Walter? What are you doing here? I was going to ask the same. I live here, silly. Come in. I thought this was Mr. Parker's place. Oh, he didn't tell you? Tell me what? That we're housemates. Oh, he didn't. That bear. You heard Miss Liz click her tongue and a sly smile spread across her face. She told you to sit on the couch. Parker, come here. It's really important. Wait a minute. Come on, it's really important. All right, coming. My point was just proven. He suffers from booba. So, what is it? Hi. Mr. Parker was ready to leave the room, and Miss Liz stopped him. Where are you going? I'm going to change my clothes, or rather, lack thereof. One of your students is here looking for you. That's the more reason for me to wear something. That's rude. We shouldn't leave our guest sitting here alone. You can sit here while I'm changing. But he's looking for you. But still, talking to our guest while wearing nothing but a pair of short pants is more rude. Why don't you just strip? You'll know how I feel right now. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Miss Horror from Beastars. Sure thing, let me Don't! Mr. Parker grabbed her out of impulse, trying to stop her from removing her clothes. Don't make things worse. You said something because you felt like it's getting a little bit out of hand. It's okay, I don't mind. What just happened? Why did you have to... You don't mind me undressing, Walter? Oh my, how exciting. I meant I don't mind Mr. Parker sitting here without a shirt. You heard the guy. He doesn't mind. Go sit there. I'll get something for us to drink. Is water okay, Walter? Walter? Yes. Crap. They didn't hear that, did they? It's by? What do you mean? It's a bit hot here. So, yes. Of course it's getting hot here. I had a feeling that she wasn't talking about the temperature. But anyway, let me get something for us to drink. Mr. Parker walked toward the couch and sat next to you. That woman, I can't deal with her. I didn't know you guys were housemates. I forgot to tell you that, sorry. It's fine, it just caught me by surprise. I rang the doorbell and Miss Liz opened the door. I almost thought you gave me a wrong address. Or someone's is hot. Obviously, he wants to put his shirt on because he's suffering from booba. My bad. It's okay. So, what brings you here? Oh, right. You handed him his sweatshirt that was inside your bag before. Oh. You don't have to give it back to me now, but thanks. I really appreciate it. He put it aside and reached for the TV remote control. We didn't know you were coming, so we don't have anything other than water. Really, it's okay. I came here uninvited anyway. I don't mind. You can come here anytime you want. Is that so? I'll tell you when I want to come over next time. Sounds good to me. He rubbed his chin while turning the TV on, probably thinking about something. That means I need your number. Ah, you don't have to give it to me. You can tell me after school anyway. Plus, why would you give your number to me? Calm down, Mr. Parker. I'll give you my number. Let me get my phone first. He was about to leave the room, but Liz entered the room and stopped Mr. Parker from leaving. I brought something for you two. Where are you going? My phone. Ah, okay. Hang on. I just had the greatest idea. Or just an idea. I brought something for you two. Where are you going? She headed towards you, placing cookies and cold water on the table. Alright, there you go, Walter. I found some cookies in the fridge. They're probably his. But help yourself. Sorry for the trouble. Not at all. Mr. Parker headed to the living room, and now more properly dressed than he was a minute ago. Ah, there's the man. I need to go back to my room. He's all yours. What do you mean? It's not important. Just have fun. Wait, are those my cookies? See you later. She left both of you just like that. Sorry about that. She does that whenever someone comes over. He sat down next to you. It's okay. Anyway, you have your phone now, so I'm going to tell you my number. Or actually, yes. How to add a new contact? Even my grandpa. He's not that old. He's only 30. Even my grandparents, who are boomers, know how to add a contact to their phones. And this man is the definition. Like we keep saying, Walter has no brain, just floof. This man is also lacking a brain and has no floof. And just has floof. You weren't sure whether you misheard it or he really said that. You decided to ask him again. Come again? I don't know how to add a new contact. It's my first smartphone. I had old flip phones back then, and they were so different. I'll show you how. Okay. You moved closer to him so you could show him while trying not to get too close. Both of you had the same phone model, so teaching him was quite a breeze. Halfway teaching him, you had already gotten distracted by his slightly revealed belly. You stopped talking and stared at his belly instead. Walter? Sorry about that. Anyways, you press his phone icon, enter the number. Okay. He listened to your instructions thoroughly. He nodded whenever you told him something important. Oh no, I pressed something else. It's okay. Just press the back button. He would go, oh, whenever you fixed the mistakes he caused. You caught him looking at you instead of his phone sometimes, but you didn't say anything and pretended you didn't know anything about it. And you press confirm. There you go. Now you have my number. Oh, that's really cool. Thank you. Easier than I thought, actually. Try to send me a message. Sending message. Give me a moment. You went back to your initial position and waited for him to send a message. But it took quite a while. You heard that he mumbled something about his phone being too small for his hands. Well, he wasn't wrong. That phone looked so small compared to the size of his hands. You wondered how it would feel if bad thoughts go away! And send. Moments later, your phone rang. It was Mr. Parker's message. Let's see. Parker here. Did I do it right? You did it! And send. I got the message! Alright, that's it. Thanks for teaching me, Walter. I really appreciate it. No problem. Just ask me if you need help with it. Phone stuff, I mean. Will do. So, can I stay here for a bit? I'm too lazy to go home right now. Sure thing. I'm enjoying the company anyway. Good to know. Oh, look at the news. Recently, there are loud rumblings accompanied by a mysterious earthquake in Harusu Village. Locals call this phenomenon the Giant of Harusu. This one peaceful village is now a hotspot for curious tourists. We'll see if we can get some information from the tourists. The news anchor was walking around the village, and he stopped near a fountain. He approached a tourist and started asking questions. The Giant of Harusu. Interesting. You think so? Yeah, I kind of want to go visit and experience it myself. I see. Harusu Village, isn't that far from here? I don't know. This is the first time I've heard of it. I don't get the reference. Huh? Okay then. One of my friends lives there, I think. I'll probably ask him later. Okay, please let me know. I'm curious about the village. Alright, back to the news. You watched the news with Mr. Parker, and you could tell that he felt more relaxed than the first you appeared in front of him. He grabbed a piece of cookie, biting it lazily before he went for another. It continued for a while. Oh, it's late. I should go home now. Already? Alright then. Say bye to Miss Liz for me, and thanks for the cookies. It was great. Glad you liked it, and I'll tell Liz later, after she's done listening to her weird computer-generated music. What do you mean? You felt like you know what he was talking about. What is it called? Vocal droid? She'd be listening to that Hatsune Miku. Ah, yeah, that. Wait, how did you know? I'm a fan. Ah, okay. I'll tell Liz that too. She'll be pleased. She loves him, especially that turquoise-haired girl. I'll have to play Lagoon Lounge. It sounds interesting. But oh my god! Okay. What classifies as a fan or a stan? Like, is Liz a fan or a stan? Is she a fan or a stan? Like, what? Okay, what classifies as a stan? Okay. Stan, a reference to the Eminem song Stan. The song is about an overly obsessed fan named Stan who writes letters to Eminem and ends up driving off a bridge with his pregnant wife because Eminem didn't write him back. Ah. Is Liz like that? Person 1, I just love Ariana Grande so much. I would die for her. I would track her every move if I could. I don't know. Oh, she's my favorite. I gotcha. What do you think about them? I think they're okay. Some of them are great songs, I admit. You nodded approvingly. Yes, I agree. But anyway, I have to go home now. Alright, let me know when you're home. That it hasn't crashed the stream. I don't know how. Like, we're, like, just barely above 6,000 kilobytes right now. We're just barely above 6 megabytes right now of data, which, like, that's, like, the perfect amount on here, I guess, because, like, any other amount, like, 6,000 megabytes, sorry, 6 megabytes is, like, the perfect level of stream. Like, if there's any more, then that'll use CPU power, and if there's any less, that'll use CPU power. Alright, let me know when you're home. Huh? Oh, right, I have your number now. Well, only if you want to. I'll do that, no worries. Glad to hear that. You said goodbye to Mr. Parker and headed home. Ah, finally home. Let's turn the lights off, and I'll head to my room. You turned off the lights and headed to your room. When you were in your room, you put your bag on the floor and laid down in your bed. You reached for your phone that was inside your pocket. You unlocked your phone and noticed that you got one message from Mr. Parker. Hope you got home safely. Also, I'm sorry that you had to walk here to return my sweatshirt. I told him I'd send him a message once I got home, but he ended up sending me one instead. Hi, Mr. Parker. Thanks. I'm home safe and sound. It wasn't any trouble. I enjoyed it. Plus, I got free cookies. Worth it in my opinion. And I got to see him in his underwear. Heh. Damn it, Walter, think with the head that's on your shoulders. Whoa, he replied fast. For someone who just got a smartphone, that is. Is that so? Come over anytime you want. I'll try to stalk up. Don't mind if I do. Anyway, I'm going to sleep now. I hope you sleep well when you go to sleep. Okay, you too. Night. Night. You stretched your body and got comfortable in your bed. Is he going to blow up our phone? I should go to sleep now. Dream. Hey, you okay there? I'm fine. I tripped earlier. Someone helped me, though. Let me see how bad it is. Okay. Does it hurt? A little bit. Jeez, you need to be careful next time. I will! Good. What are you doing here? I'm just walking. Walking? Yeah. Okay, well, I have to go home now. Alright, come visit me sometime. Where do you live? I'm your new neighbor. Huh? Really? Yeah, the new neighbor across the street. Oh, okay. I'll ask my parents if I can come over sometime. Okay, I'll be waiting. Earlier. What are you doing? You're staring at your phone and smiling like a 5-year-old. It's nothing. Let me guess. You got his number and now you're texting him? Probably. Come on, let me see. Mind your own business, woman. He pushed her away, but she resisted. Come on, just a little bit. Just the tip. Come on. What? Nothing. I don't need to know. I can see it clearly on your face. I'm going to sleep, and you should too. We have to teach tomorrow. Sure, let me tell him first. Take your time. I'll crash first. Bye. And send. Well, time to sleep. Day 4. After class. Mr. Parker's underwear. My phone? What time is it? Still half awake, you stretched your limbs. They made a crackling sound. Ah, that should do it. You got up and looked at your phone. It seemed like it's still early. So tired. As you sat down, your stomach growled. It was telling you that you're hungry. I'm hungry, but I'm tired. But I'm hungry. What should I do? Which one? I don't want to oversleep, so I guess I'll get something to eat now. You got out of your room and headed to the kitchen. Let's see what we have here. You opened the fridge only to see cheese, bread, and eggs. I was hoping for something else, to be honest. Thought I had chicken or something else. Oh well, I can make grilled cheese sandwiches with these. You decided to make grilled cheese sandwiches. You grabbed all of the ingredients and put them on the kitchen counter. You wash your hands before preparing them, of course. Better not be. Toast the bread with cheese. What, you haven't had grilled cheese sandwiches for breakfast? I know how to make it, but I don't want to mess it up since I have limited time. I guess I'll look at the recipe on the internet just to be safe. How the fuck do you need a recipe to make grilled cheese? That shit better be 5-star quality. You pulled your phone out of your pocket and looked up grilled cheese sandwiches. When you pulled up your internet browser, you noticed that it will rain this afternoon. Still though, how do you need a recipe to make a grilled cheese sandwich? Next time, how to boil water. Is that a thing? It is a thing. It is a thing. Ah. But no, I actually did look up how to boil water just now. So, let's look up a step-by-step guide on how to boil water. Put some water in a pan or pot. Place the pan on your stovetop and turn the burner to the highest setting. Let the water come to a full rolling boil when the bubbles are rapidly breaking the surface. Covering the pot speeds the process by trapping surface heat. Not the dummies in the header. Yeah, no, Walter needs that website. He just needs that website. I think, yeah, no, they have books too. Hey, they have books too. It's gonna rain this afternoon. I think I should bring an umbrella with me. Ugh. Let's see, grilled cheese sandwich. There we go. There are a lot of search results showing on the screen after you press the search button. I wonder which one I should choose. Well, usually the first one is the most relevant and the best one, so I'm gonna open that one. Wow, I never noticed it, but the internet is fast here. As you scroll down, you notice there was an ad on the right side of the screen. Find a bear near you. Did they really write that? That is really tailored ads for you. Thanks, Google Ads. I'm not interested, though. Not a bit. Try to deny it, but you were interested enough to click on the ads. You weren't sure if it's shady or not, so you decided not to. You had to make the sandwiches anyway. And done. You put the sandwiches on the table. You looked at the food before you ate it. It wasn't as beautiful as you hoped for. It really set my expectations high. It's not my fault that they showed pretty images of grilled cheese sandwiches. I thought they'd look like what they showed, if I made them. Oh well, I hope they taste fine though. That's what matters. As you put your phone down, you took a bite of the sandwich. Ooh, that's not as bad as I thought. I think I nailed it. Taste-wise, that is. The appearance is vile. Sad. You ate the grilled cheese sandwiches since it's still early, you decided to clean the dishes. It didn't take too long because there weren't a lot of dishes to do. Hang on, let me just... There are way too many files in this scene. There are way too many files in this scene. Now I'm going to shower. Grrr, cold water! You accidentally turned the shower head to cold. Your body felt like freezing because of the water. You didn't want to suffer any longer, so you quickly changed it to warm. That's better. Wash, wash. Walter's gotta be all clean and fresh. Finished showering, you headed to your room and got ready for school. You grabbed your clothes and started putting them on. You're looking cool, Walter. Everyone will look at you and just fall in love with you. Not. You sat on your bed playing with your phone for a while before going to school. A text from Mr. Parker? Huh? What do I was not? Oh, right. We exchanged numbers yesterday. I wonder what it is. Curious, you opened the message he sent you. Hello, Walter. Good morning. Are you awake? And he's just like standing in the middle of it, just like, this is fine. This is fine. This is what the recipe called for. The recipe called for me to literally light the fucking house on fire. Oh God, Walter, are you okay? Yes, it is fine. The recipe called for me to set the house on fire. Morning. I'm so wide awake right now. What's up? No, that's too casual. Let's tone it down a little. Let's tone it down a bit. I think it's perfect. Oh, I know. Morning, Mr. Parker. I'm awake right now. Do you need something? Much better. You waited for a while, but he hadn't responded yet. I wonder if he read my message or not. Did I send it to the wrong number? Oh, I'm walking to school right now. I've just walked past your house. If you want, let's walk together. Oh, is he? I guess that's fine. I'm going to grab my stuff and head outside. Okay, give me 1 minute to get ready. Okay. You made your bed, grabbed the umbrella by your desk, and folded it. You quickly put it in your bag and headed outside to meet Mr. Parker. You headed outside, but you didn't see Mr. Parker. Did he leave already? Did he even shower? I think he did. Yeah, he did. He did. Walter, over here. Mr. Parker was standing by the vending machine behind you, trying to get as little sun as possible. Ah, there he is. What are you doing there? Are you trying to get something to drink? Oh, no, I was just trying to stay in the shade. It's somewhat hot today. Huh? Really? I don't feel hot at all. Good for you. Maybe I should take this shirt off. If you don't mind people thinking that you're a weirdo. Then I suppose not. I don't mind if you took your clothes off in my room, though. I wanted to say that, but that will make it awkward. Walter. Think with the head that is on your shoulders. I'm surprised that you're already awake. I thought you'd still be sleeping. What makes you think like that? You remember the first day you were late to school? But weren't you late too? Anyway, let's start walking. The sooner we get to school, the better. Agreed. Why don't you take the bus? Huh? Did we have this kind of talk yesterday? Yeah, we did. Well, just in general. Oh, Aside from what I said yesterday, I prefer walking because I think I have to start exercising more. If you've played the game, you already know. I have the unfortunate pleasure of knowing. I'm not confident enough to go to the gym more than twice a day. I thought walking would help me lose some of this belly fat. Liz likes to tease me about it, but I know she's just playing around. Though I can't help but feel self-conscious about it. I think it's perfectly fine though. Bears are naturally big, aren't they? True, but I want to have big, strong arms. And a flat belly too. I have seen it all now. Your arms are already big and strong. Can't say that about the belly, though. Like I said before, I don't mind your belly as long as you stay healthy. And I have a thing for big guys like you, but there's no way I'm going to tell you that. Speaking of bears, yes, I saw an ad with the sentence, "Find a bear near you." That's an advertising for a dating app, yeah? I think so. I didn't click on it. I was making breakfast. Using that sentence for an advertisement is quite cringy. I'm pretty sure they don't even have female bear users. I don't know. Oh, look at her. There wasn't anybody but a woman walking on the pavement. She's really pretty, huh? That female bear is, what do people call it these days again? Body goals? Yeah, body goals. Bearder. 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 Is it a thing? Is it a thing? I am genuinely curious. See, here's the thing. It's an actual thing. It is an actual app. Bearder is an actual app. And it is used for rating beards. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. It's a thing. Except it's like bearder or bearder, bearder. It's literally a beard rating app. Ah, yeah, body goals. Thick. I'm not sure if that's what most people's body goals, but I shouldn't complain. Everyone is beautiful to me. But female, huh? That never occurred to me before. But does he even like guys? Would he be grossed out if he knew I like guys? Maybe I'll find out someday. Are you okay? Yeah, I was just thinking about stuff, that's all. What is it? Nothing too important. Let's go to school. Okay. You and Mr. Parker arrived at the school earlier than expected, the awkward feeling from the last conversation having faded. But didn't that mean you were feeling less awkward yourself? It's a little questionable, a student and a teacher walking in class together, isn't it? People might think that there aren't too many students here today. I don't see no point for having a rating app to rate just a bear. It was like rating beards. Like the beard, like facial hair. Which I guess Mr. Parker had some going on, huh? Look around, about half the people are missing that usually come here. Once you got your mind off of what you were thinking, you saw Mr. Parker was right. Hey, yeah, it's like a smaller school suddenly. Maybe they saw the forecast and decided going to class wasn't worth it? It's going to rain later? Yes. I didn't know that. I hung my underwear to dry on the back porch. If that's the case, I hope they get I hope they get a mountain of homework from their professors. What if some of the missing students are from our class? Anyway, let's get going. Yes, yes. The two of you started walking to the classroom. Neither of you had anything to talk about on the way, so you went into the class with Mr. Parker following closely behind you. Surprisingly, Mark was already there to see both of you coming in. Parker went to his seat as you walked towards yours with Mark. Okay, which Mark should we bring up? Because we're going to bring up a Mark. Do we want to bring up just Mark-ica or Mommy Mark? I'm going to bring up just Mark-ica. Ah, right. Let me just hide all that and bring up Mommy Mark. Ah, of course. Morning, Walter. Morning. Back from your morning date? You were immediately flustered, causing you to land in your seat ungracefully. I'll take that as a yes. Mark. Don't be ridiculous. What are you even talking about? Here's a better question. What did you think I was talking about? Man, it's too easy. Too easy. For real, though, why were you and Mr. Stone walking to class together? Give me a second to unfluster myself. Ooh, unfluster. I like it. This lion, I swear. He likes teasing me too much. Should I even tell him what happened? Mark, you got no right to talk with the way you were acting in your route. You have no right to talk. Anyways, do we want to be honest to Mark, or do we want to make something up? I'm fidgeting with the USB hub. Mommy Mark. Wait, what? Let's not tell him. We happened to cross paths on the way to class, so it didn't make sense to just avoid each other. A likely story. A true story? Ah! I'm so sorry. I can tell you just made that up. You were right. Mark crossed his arms in disappointment. Fine, don't tell me. I'll find out sooner or later. Mr. Thornton, please don't pester your classmate. It's nothing to worry about, Mr. Stone. You're distracting a fellow student. Face forward and pay attention. Oh, shit. Let's rewind time. If you must know, he texted me this morning and asked if we could walk to school together. That's all. That's all? More like, that's a lot already. Sounds like you've got a routine with him. Would you stop with that? Oh, come on. Just between us, you want a routine with him, don't you? Well, maybe. Ha! I knew it. Knew what? Would you two please stop gossiping in class? It's nothing to worry about, Mr. Stone. That's hardly the point, Mr. Thornton. And same to you, Mr. Graham. You're distracting everyone else. Mr. Parker's fiery gaze didn't let you take the time to reminisce on the name. You were actually a little scared. Face forward and pay attention. Class is starting. God damn it, Mark. He called us by last names. We better be paying attention. Right. With the conversation brought to an unpleasant end, you did as you were told. You heard some of the other students snicker, but both of you decided to ignore it. Ahem. Now that everyone's here, let's get started. Wow, he got over that quick. Today, I think we should go over an example of a prose poem together. It'll really help showcase some of the literary devices we've been talking about, so you can put them in context. Oh, prose poem example. Finally! Mr. Parker pulled out a short pamphlet and started looking through it. Here it is. I know some of you don't have your textbooks yet, so I thought it'd be best if I chose a poem that wasn't in the English 101 text, which means everyone can participate on an equal level. He looked around. Mr. Parker seemed to be looking for a reaction from the class, but it was the same as ever, mostly bored people trying to sneakily look at their phones. Even the ones paying attention didn't seem eager to say anything. Ahem. This poem is called Metals, Metals by Russell Hudson. Out of the golden west, out of the leaden east, into the iron south, and into the silver north. Oh, metals, metals everywhere. Forks and knives, belt buckles and hooks. If you come out of the earth and fly with men, you lodge in men. You hurt them terribly. You tear them. You do not care for anyone. Eyes up front, please. Oh, that's what that was. We thought it was a fan fiction. Papper. Even though he said to look up front, you couldn't help noticing others around you not looking up front. It was starting to make you uncomfortable. These guys are kind of rude. Oh, metals, metals. Why are you always hanging about? Is it not enough that you hold men's wrists? Is it not enough that we let you into our mouths? Why is it you will not do anything for yourself? Why is you always wait for men to show what you want to be? And men love you, perhaps. It is because you soften so often. You did, it is true. Pour anything Oh, metals, metals. Why are you always filling my house? You are like family. You do not care for anyone. That's the last line. A heavy, uncomfortable afterglow hung in the air after Mr. Parker read the poem. For more than one reason. Everyone looked around as if trying to silently urge someone to speak up. But perhaps more importantly... It's just me, or did Mr. Parker read that poem differently? In the last parts. Now, since you've heard it all heard at once, can you guys identify any poetic devices we've talked about? Ones that were distinct to you? Oh, I know this scene. He's going to keep trying to get something out of us, and we'll just be too shy to say anything. It's like admitting we weren't paying attention, or that we're too dumb to understand, or both. Really feel bad for him. Should I fight past my nerves and say something? Anyone? Anything? This is the participation portion of the class. Okay, do we want to make his day, or just let our anxiety take over? Yes, Walter? Well, calm down, geez. The poem had a lot of repetition. There were a few different things repeated, but what stood out to me was how it said, you do not care for anyone at the start and at the end. At first, it just sounded like it was describing metal for what it was, but that bit at the end when it was compared to family, it made me think the poem had more to it than one would think at first. Good, great start. Anyone want to follow up on that? Mr. Thornton, is something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. But you picked a really heavy poem to start with. I was a little shocked. All the built-up abusive language and then having it relate to the family members, don't you think that might hit a little close to home for some people? We haven't gotten to know each other too well. That's quite the risky poem to read, in my opinion. Actually, that's what I liked about it. No, Walter doesn't even have a whole brain cell. Just like half. Not even half a brain cell, just a quarter of a brain cell. Yeah, it was kind of boring until that last part. It shocked me, in a good way. That's a fairly common technique for a poem with a meandering style like this one. Talking on and on about one topic until the reader thinks it'll be nothing but that topic. Then they put a twist on it, something to make you remember it. Is no one going to mention how gendered the whole thing was? Men this, men that. It was kind of gross. Good point. This poem was published in 1973, so it was past a few cultural revolutions by that point. Why would the author emphasize men in the poem when it's clearly past being a neutral noun by that point? Seems everything worked out. Mr. Parker led an energetic discussion for the poem for a while, then moving on to his lecture for the day. That's it for school. That's it for today. Thanks for a nice discussion, everyone. You stretched your arms, ready to pack your things and head out. Walter, Mark, the two of you stopped what you were doing and looked over to him. Oh, what's up? From the look on your face, I think you know what's up. I heard what you two were saying. Oh my god! You felt your heart fall to your stomach. Of all the possible outcomes, this is the absolute worst possible. Mark, this is all your fault. Mark was just teasing me. We didn't mean any of it. Throwing me under the bus, are we? It's your fault in the first place. So much for partners in crime. Both of you stop and listen to me. You both did as you were told. You're both bright students, but it's clear I'm going to have to separate you in class if this is how it's going to be. Maybe you're right. And now Mark looks sad. Fine, I'll behave. I'm sorry. Walter, I'll be at the playground if you want to hang out or whatever. We're not finished yet. Well, there's that. That, well, went better than I thought it would. Oh, but something's still amiss. If you really meant what you said, Parker checked around the room. You two are the only ones left now. Then we should probably have a talk in my office. A deeply uncomfortable mix of emotions churned in your stomach. This was too much for your first week at university. We need to do that. We need to, like... I gotta make that now. I have to make that now. I really didn't mean what I said. Mark just got the better of me. I can't admit that I'm crushing onto his face. It's too soon. If that's true, then we should still talk about your classroom manners. You're a good guy, so I don't want to force you to do it, but it's in your best interest. I'll consider it. Make sure you do. Now, putting that aside, would you like to eat lunch together today? Wow, that's a mood whiplash. Give me a bit to unfluster myself. Huh? Unfluster? Nice word. I like it. But did you know unfluster isn't an actual word? Huh? Really? I didn't know that. But unflustered is a real word. Well, unfluster has to be a word then. It sounds tempting to make a new word by using suffixes, prefixes, and stuff, but some words just don't exist and there's nothing we can do about it. I'm not going to say it's wrong to make a new word to use with your friend, as long as you're aware that it's not a real word and don't cause any misunderstanding. Some people don't appreciate when you make up words, especially people who learned English the hard way, aka non-native English speakers. In that case, body gestures and how you say it can be useful when you do that. They will appreciate it more than you think. I see. Anyway, I'll get back to you. Cool, I'll be waiting in the cafeteria. Okay. You were ready to walk out of the classroom, but you got a phone notification. A text from, new number. It was a text message from Mark. I don't remember giving him my number. Oh well, I'm saving his number. What is this? When you tapped on the attachment, a map application opened itself. That's the location of the playground. I'm gonna thank him. Thanks, Mark. No problem. You save the location into the map and his number into the contact list. Now, where should I go? Starting today, you might have a chance to explore the place in certain ways. How you spend your time will affect later choices, so spend your time wisely. Some events may be longer than the others, and it may change the accessible locations. Sometimes you'll be able to stay at home until evening. If you're feeling lazy, feel free to do so. Note there are instances when you won't be able to roll back sometimes, so make sure you've saved your file before proceeding. Okay, there's home, playground, Publix, Hyrule University cafeteria. Really want to do the puppy mark thing. Let's get it out of the way real quick. It's like sad dog eyes, no background. It's all just eyes. I need like sad eyes, anime, meme. Not the Among Us eyes. Sad anime eyes, no background. This is going to be so cursed. This is going to be so cursed. Like, this is going to make me so sad. Because it's cursed. It is so cursed. So cursed. Na, na, na. Na, na, na. Damn it, we need to, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. Okay, back to the thing. Mark, please put your penis away. No one wants to see that or something. Hang on. Quick access. Time to be lazy. Haha. Just fucking fuck off, talkies. I swear to God, this is going to be so cursed. Like, it is going to be so cursed. Hang on, does that work? Let's make them a little bigger. I wish I could, like, actually see what I was doing. That is deeply uncomfortable. That is deeply uncomfortable. Anyways, where do we want to go? Something is coming out of his eyes. Makes me deeply uncomfortable. Nightmare unlocked. Achievement unlocked. Nightmare fuel. Anyways, let's just like head to the cafeteria or something, hang out with Mr. Parker. I should probably see Mr. Parker since he asked me to eat lunch with him. You decided to eat lunch with Mr. Parker. We're gonna leave off here tonight. Hi, welcome to literally everything here, where it is all fucked. Everything is cursed, and that is deeply unsettling. I'm just gonna turn that off and never look at it again. Anyways, I am going to hop onto TikTok and make a TikTok on there, so hop onto TikTok Live and make a video on live. So if you want to see that, head over. And anyways, stay safe, have a good night, and I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow. I do not know. Or later today. Later tonight.